Silas angle, and he steals away the final hour.
I think G2 just pick a poke comp. Yeah, the reason why I prefer Victor here is just because, like, so Vayne is short range, Sivir is short range, Ahri has pick potential with the Vi, but Victor makes it much harder to get picked on because of the gravity field. Immediately apply that passive, and in teamfights especially, that's where it can get very scary for the Alistar. We'll have the Unbreakable, of course. Ultimate providing a lot of assistance, but Duro set his sights onto Hans.
Yeah, he's going in, doesn't find the Pulverize though, unfortunately, as Ruler has to deal with the door out of Labrov, and Duro is just dead. First blood going over to Hans.
Duro back to base here.
It's slow though, the wave isn't dying super quickly. They need to get here quick. Here comes Vi as well.
Yeah, Ruler, let's see whether he can actually survive this one. I don't think he's going to be able to. Gets a shield. And the last tick is enough to do it. Labrov locks down the second one for G2. Beautifully done,
Tension.
I love the response from Canyon though. I think he's doing exactly the right thing. He sees that the bot lane dive is happening, but he knows that G2 have to recall. So there's a perfect...
Get the Unbreakable Will out of Duro. So that is a big cooldown. Still Canyon on these grubs, like you were saying, Kobe. Not going to be able to stop him from doing that.
Problem is, if he finishes the third grub, they're going to know Vi is top for sure. They might have actually had vision and seen him go no matter what. Don't over-invest and kind of panic with all the stuff that G2 are getting on the bomb side.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of panicking. It's moving to a 2,000 gold lead. It's kind of gigantic. The advantage is all out here from Broken Blade, trying to take down Keen. The final hour does come down as there's the exhaust we were talking about before. Does have to invest.
Gen.G are like, hey, is there anything around red buff? There is.
Well,
There's something.
A cease and desist, and Chovy and Canyon demonstrate the Vi Ahri problem.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, against a lot of Aegis in the early game, she just doesn't really have the damage to 100 to 0 you. So Caps feeling pretty safe, not forced to use the flash there.
No. And Canyon was able to like get, wait a second.
Broken Blade could be in a little bit of trouble here, as can eat some of the CC, but not all of it. And Alistar does have a fair bit. Canyon comes down as well. Cease and desist. Man, they are really throwing the kitchen sink at him. But that flash was so good. Canyon will be able to get over that wall to take him down, but it costs him a flash and probably this mid lane outer turret as well. G2 on the cross map looking real good.
Yeah. Cross map is beautiful. They may even get a second tower.
Top lane as well.
Caps continues to push in. That bot tower going to be chipped away at from the side of Gen.G. The Herald's going to be sent up towards the top lane. I think Scumon's more interested in the camps. I'm not going to... Oh, wait.
In a mountain rift as well, being able to get through that wall. Obviously, does just move him towards the enemy Krug camp, as G2 Caps will be able to take down this outer turret. There it is. Shelly gets involved. And the Mountain Dragon should go over to Gen.G, the first of the game.
2 games in a row, though. G2 hold on to another game gold lead.
And it's actually really good use of the Rift Rail because it can reset and get a new charge when they kill the other one. And so he still gets a charge on the secondary turret and gets more turret plate value. So I believe that Gen.G are actually still well positioned to pull G2 across the map.
They're going to dive on top of Labrov here as well, who is rotating down to try and protect this mid lane. He should be going down, although stands beside Scumon here, who gets into that front lane. Now the teleport in from Broken Blade will be interrupted there by Canyon, but not for long, as Keen is going to get taken out first. Labrov still amongst it as they take down the cow. G2 cannot be stopped in this.
Well, they do have a lot of 80 carries on the enemy team.
I know, right? It's just like armor boots are the way that Keen forced to flash.
Yeah, final hour does come down there as well, as he is on the gravity well. The Arcane Storm comes down, and I don't think he's going to be able to survive this one. The AoE damage just a little bit too much. Broken Blade might be punished for it, as Nevermind just limps out of the way. And is even thinking about coming back for more, as Duro now possibly in trouble as Caps. A lot of damage available to himself as well, as Canyon just nowhere that he can go. As the flash through from Scumon should be the end of him, as Hansama finishes it off. And in the meantime, the cow is also dead. G2 are just destroying them.
They're stopping. What? They just found 3 picks. They take out the Vayne, they take out the Alistar, and they take out Canyon's Vi as well. Now they set the sights on Ruler, but Lambitious, the Baron, is now an option.
About that one, it is 22 minutes. The Baron is pretty scary, as Ruler realizes that he has to make something happen. Keen comes down as well, as Chovy taking matters into his own hands, finds the charm onto Broken Blade, as Keen trying to dash around this fight, but there is the Baron going down, and Gen.G just it looks like he should be able to. Grim Deliverance is available as well. He can definitely get into the back of this pit. Let's see whether he uses a headbutt from Duro to make sure that this Drake does go over to Gen.G. And I think Canyon is just going to sacrifice himself to try and get themselves the dragon and get out. But I don't think this as well at 24 minutes is absolutely nothing to scoff at. And their composition scales gorgeously into later on into the game, regardless of anything else. So G2 certainly having Gen.G on the ropes at this point in time. And last game I was very happy to talk about, oh, but Gen.G can always team fight later on. It's just not looking like this is the Gen.G that we're dealing with here today. They are looking scared. They are looking ruffled into G2 here. As that is a cleanse to come on out here. Gen.G still trying to look for a little bit of a punish. Duro in that front line will be able to stun up Broken Blade. Silverbolt's coming on down as Chovy diving on in there, finds the charm onto the Kazante. A decent pulverize onto two, but Broken Blade just flashes his way out. A lot of damage here from Caps as well, but he's very low on mana. There's the all-out to make sure that Keen is just destroyed in this battle, and Gen.G just did not have enough to take down G2. It's a double for Hansama as he's untouched on the Varus. Gen.G tried, it just wasn't enough.
G2 just stomped them down again. I mean, I for one am ready to welcome our new European overlords, Atlas. Holy moly.
They're not new ones, they've just taken a bit of a hiatus for a few years, right?
Oh, they are back, baby. G2 are looking like they want to finish game 2.
First inhibitor turret going to be going down there towards the bottom side of the map as Canyon wants to stop this mid lane turret from falling, but it doesn't look like he has too many options. G2 not going to be winning the game right now. With Chovy trying to find that angle, and it just did not work. The Armguard, a beautiful purchase. And they're going to turn that into this inhibitor turret falling down. They'll take 2 inhibitors off the map. And Gen.G just not a lot of options here in this game as Canyon wanted to find a cease and desist, but he's going to take the kitchen sink for it. He'll be taken down. Caps is now on a rampage. As a charm will connect, but so many of these charms have been onto Lebrov, who just shows him the door.
Yep, Canyon will cease to exist on Summoner's Rift after that one, and G2 can continue to push. The front line again, Broken Blade and Lebrov. Kazante and Braum just doing so much work for G2, and Vedius, you're at the precipice of going 2 games up versus Gen.G here as they finish up with the base.
Yeah, and it's going to be the last inhibitor turret. Yeah, and we were saying before that it was the first time the LEC had beaten the LCK like 4 times in a row. Immediately they break the record, looking for 5 in a row. And it's going to game, or 92-minute game. Achilles keeps telling me and I keep getting it wrong. All right, Chovy looking for a bit of an angle. Skuma, my goodness, taking so much damage here. Does need to invest everything to try and escape. And the Grim Deliverance is fantastic. Skumon's just being a menace. He will respawn as well. And unfortunately, Canyon does not have the same luxury. Losing their jungler here is Gen.G. Now 4 versus 5 trying to defend their base, or what's left of their base.
They still have a little bit left of the Baron, and they're going to use this to try and end the game. Duro.
Yeah, there's a nice pulverize here from Duro, but I don't think the Unbreakable Will is quite going to be enough there as Lebrov going down so incredibly low, but is going to survive in the end. Chovy looking for an angle, but Keen is going to go down. The headbutt doesn't even do anything. It's the first Nexus turret. It will fall. Ruler has to try and flash away, and he's going to be able to do so, but then he's going to rush the Nexus, and G2 have match point and are looking to clean sweep Gen.G.
That